A State of Mind with Coach E.
Yeah. Like this. What's up with it, man? This your favorite coach, Coach E, man. And welcome to another edition of
TTA, baby.
Yes, sir.
A State of Mind with Coach E.
And man, you know what it is today, man. We're talking about all this hating that's going on, man. Just hating. I don't understand, man. But I'm gonna be, we're gonna switch it up. I ain't gonna call it hating. Parents being very inconsiderate, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. We actually gonna talk about two things today, man. Shout out to my boy GK Scully, or some of y'all know him as Coach G, Glenn King from BW 2031. He tagged me in a post, man. So I'm gonna be addressing that and giving my opinion on it here in a minute. But man, I had to put out the player, why you hating? Player, why you hating? Player, why you hating? Cause that's how I be feeling, man. Like, or parents, why you hating, man? Like, come on, man. Like, things is getting very disrespectful now, man. I don't know if it's social media that gave people the confidence to pretty much say whatever they want to say, and then just through times it eventually just spilled over into real life. I don't know, man. But we gonna address it today. And also we're gonna talk about the cockiness and the arrogance of Arkansas. I'm not really talking to anybody specifically because people bragging and saying things don't necessarily rub me the wrong way, but it does create a culture to where it causes separation. So man, hey, check it out, man. This your favorite coach, Coach E, and man, we about to get into it. But hey, parents, why you hating? Parents, why you hating? Parents. What's up with it? This your favorite coach, Coach E, from A State of Mind with Coach E. If you would like to be a guest and you got some things that you want to discuss, or if you even got a topic that you want to see discussed or hear discussed, man, get with your boy, Coach E. Just email me at coachecares@gmail.com. coachecares@gmail.com. Holla at your boy. What's up with it? This your favorite coach, Coach E, from A State of Mind with Coach E. If you would like to be a guest and you got some things that you want to discuss, or if you even got a topic that you want to see discussed or hear discussed, man, get with your boy, Coach E. Just email me at coachecares@gmail.com. coachecares@gmail.com. Holla at your boy.
A State of Mind with Coach E.
Yes, sir. We back, man, with another one. Hey, so let's get to it, man. Matter of fact, let's address the status that my boy GK had posted and tagged me in. So let's get to it, man. So basically, GK made a post a few days ago saying, serious questions, I need answers. Why come when the 5th or 6th player on a youth team goes 1 for 10 in shooting, nobody says nothing? But the best player on the team can shoot 8 for 12 in the same game, and that 1 for 10 parent will think the best player needs to pass more. I need answers for real. So that to me goes back to Arkansas as a whole being behind on basketball and how things really are. When you go to other states, I know I done said this before, but just to put things in perspective, there's a basketball culture. Parents pretty much know what's going on. Kids are, the separation is very clear. The skill gaps. When you think about, now let me say this: every state is going to have the chilling circuit, no doubt. But you still be in the midst of these type of cultures where you will have kids who are on this level play over here, and you'll have kids who are on this level play over here. And sometimes the lines do get blurry. But most states do have elite tournaments where it's so much smoke in it that, startup teams won't get in it. And, people pretty much know what it takes to be the man or the best or whatever. So when you think about Arkansas is one of the most behind states in basketball, even from a physical standpoint with skill and a mental standpoint and just overall knowledge. Parents here believe that everything happens on the coach. They don't truly understand what's going on. So when you think about the mindsets of parents, they're just products of their environment or the culture. You know, when you don't have that many kids who are actually hooping and playing, and you got coaches begging for kids who they might feel like they can develop, or when you got you got coaches begging for kids who really shouldn't be on certain teams, you know, that kind of does develop a sense of entitlement for the parents, as if, oh, he need my child. And, you know, when you don't have that culture of competitiveness, you know, kids, you know, developing IQs and just, you know, significant or you know, a great value or a real deal worth of reps, you're gonna deal with it. Parents in Arkansas really, not all parents, but as a culture, there's really no clue on what it takes. You get what I'm saying? People are just signing up their kids to play basketball as something to do, a babysitting tactic, and you know, they just be out there hollering. When you think about, sorry, y'all getting a text message. When you think about that mindset and you're combining these kids like this, parents don't care about other kids. You get what I'm saying? They just care about theirs. They just want to see their baby shine. They just want to brag, because you got to think, for them, you know, every parent wants to live through their kid, I guess. You know, it's funny to me that parents won't, throughout the week, go outside and work with their kids or put their kids in personal, you know, get them a personal trainer. And, you know, I have our back and forth about personal trainer. But the point is, if you're not going to do anything, something is better than nothing. There's no encouragement in the home. You know, you're just in a different era, man, where parents really don't sit down and actually think about, or, you know what I'm saying, what it takes or even care to know. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just the mindset. This is weird. Even when you read statuses on Facebook and, so, you know, just all type of social media, just the mindset should pretty much let you know, what you're about to deal with as a coach. So, that is crazy. The star player on the team, the kid that has the green light, the kid who works the most, should never be questioned about taking 10, 15 shots a game. I mean, that's his right. He works. It's like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant wouldn't even pass some of his teammates on the ball because he said, hey, I seen y'all in practice. I seen your work ethic. I seen you get here late, and I seen you leave here early. So the thing is, at the end of the day, if your kid is not working out at home, watching basketball, you shouldn't have anything to say. Really on the cool, you shouldn't be encouraging your kids to even shoot the ball. Because at the end of the day, if you have things figured out and you feel like you'll be a better coach, you should sign up. I talk to a lot of coaches. Let me say this. It's not that I don't disagree with other coaches' philosophies. Their philosophy might not match mine. My philosophy might not match theirs. There's many different philosophies in basketball. I mean, at the end of the day, but if you're going to trust your coach, especially on a competitive team, you need to just sit back and chill out, man. Like, let's even get even deeper. So what if that child has shot 8 or 9 shots? You get what I'm saying? That's not for you to be in the crowd being negative and saying negative things and causing a disruption in on that team. Parents, we just have to do better. There's a lot of things that I could talk about, but parents, for the most part, if the child who's taking 8 or 9 shots or 10 shots a game and he's helping your team score, the best advice I could give to you is just tell your son, hey, you got to work harder, because most of the time, if not all the time, most of the time, you do have coaches with different philosophies. The kid who's got the green light earned them. You get what I'm saying? So who are you to discourage the kid who's putting in the work and who's earned that green light just because you feel entitled, that you feel your kids should be entitled to, to have equal opportunity? No, because the only equal opportunity he had was to the same amount of time was his other kid. Now, yes, maybe that parent may have more money, or the coach may have more money, and, maybe, he could have got him a personal trainer or whatever, and money does provide more opportunities. But at the same time, That's like even with me. I can afford my kids personal trainers and doing this, doing different things. But at the same time, regardless of what I can afford, my kids will still go outside and put in their own work. They still pay attention in practice. They still gonna give me their all. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, parents, you really shouldn't have anything to say if your child is not qualified to even shoot that many shots or if they're not working. I mean, it's simple. Really on the cool, if your child is shooting 1 for 10 and he's not practicing, he should be grateful that he even on the team. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But I mean, they're just my little short little thoughts on that. But I don't know, parents. Give me your feedback on that. And here go the status one more time. Shout out to my boy Glenn King. And hey, go add him. You can go put your comments on that. Once again, serious questions. I need answers. Why come the 5th or 6th player on the youth basketball team go 1 for 10 shoot? Nobody says nothing. But the best player on the team can shoot 8 for 12 in the same game, and that 1 for 10 parent would think the best player needs to pass more. Hey, coach, you got to make a decision. At the end of the day, man, if the 6, because I mean, how many kids really be on a youth team? I mean, I hate having over 8, but I'm at 10. So like, if you're the 6 or 7 player, man, at the end of the day, you'll look closer to the bench, So you need to be working on your game anyway. But hey, holla at your boy. This your favorite coach, Koach Z. This part 1. We about to get into part 2.
A State of Mind with Coach E.
What's up? Hey, so check it, man. This part 2. In part 2, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna just give it to you real this time right here, man. So this time, this show, we're gonna talk about just the overall disrespectfulness of the parents, just the culture, period. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And it kind of go hand in hand with the status that I discussed earlier. Parents, so I'm coaching rec league right now. You know what I'm saying? During the off season, it helped my boys get a lot of repetitions. During the off season of AAU ball. And man, it just blows my mind how parents sit up in the crowd and gossip and say negative stuff about these kids. And just be straight up hating. The hate is real, man. I've never seen so much hatred for children in my life. Parents, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you too busy, or if you're not interested enough, or have enough energy, or whatever the excuse or the reason may be, to help your child get better at a particular sport, man, you have to understand that that's not the issue with everybody. You should never make a child feel bad or sit up there and say negative things because they actually had a daddy in their life that didn't mind going outside and working them out and working hard for them, or actually had parents in their life who took the time to work them out and encourage them and made them watch basketball videos and sit down and discuss it with them, or put them in different leagues and person with personal trainers or just different people to work them out. It really pisses me off, man, when I hear negative things about kids who are out here actually just doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's not their fault. You should never make a child feel bad because your son, and we're gonna leave the girls out of this, your son can't keep up with him. Man, I'm not gonna say any names, and I see it all the time, but the straw that broke the camel back was just like last Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I think about just how a player was going off, and you heard parents up there just saying, just hating things, like all they do is just go to him and he think he good, or the whole team revolves around him and this and that. And my thing is, it was way more than that. But y'all be saying things and these kids' parents are sitting in the crowd. And it's like, man, regardless. And to me, I took it as a compliment. You know, I'm gonna be real. It was my son, my youngest boy. He went off. So it's like, it just blew my mind because like y'all always have negative things to say because, you know, your son may not compete, but why should I feel sorry for your child because I got up off my butt and trained my child, or I allowed him around other people who was gonna give him wise counsel and teach him the game, and I put him on different teams and let him do different things. My kids are 3-sport athletes: soccer, basketball, and football. My kids have to get up and do things. I don't put the decision or whether or not they're gonna get up and do things. No, you have to if you're gonna play this sport. You're not gonna have me sitting in the crowd looking crazy. So here go the thing about Arkansas. It goes back to the entitlement and just the parents not having no clue. Y'all have to understand that this rec ball thing, that's cool. I don't knock it. I mean, I'm coaching it. But what I'm saying is that is not the end all be all. You have to understand that you got to stop hollering at your kids and telling them to shoot, to dribble, to play good defense and don't play with them, or all these things that you're hollering at these kids. It's stupid if you're not teaching them. It's just like my kids had to understand that, hey, switch, play man, stay in front of them. But if I ain't never showed them the proper footwork of how to stay in front of them, why would I holler at them? And parents, y'all get me. Y'all think that basketball is just a plug and play sport. No, it's not. So it's like at the end of the day, you sound real ignorant, sitting in that crowd hollering at these kids, telling them to go against what the coach got going, as if your words are magic and it's going to turn them into this great basketball player. Sports don't work like that, period. So my point is, just because somebody else is out here doing what you wish your child could do, doesn't mean you have to sit up and speak negatively about them and get frustrated and mad and say they cheating. How is they cheating? Because this child can drive in on all 5 of those kids on the team. And I'm speaking in general now, just not about Saturday. This goes on a lot. I'm not, my child's not the only person who go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't play plenty of superstar kids. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know, I didn't coach again. And I've never hated on no child. Man, we done lost games to kids who didn't put up 20 on us, 30. I don't sit up and say, oh, that's all they did was go to him. I mean, if it's working, that's what they're supposed to do. And then and the common factor that I see, and you know, I might not be, you know, what I'm about to say might ruffle some feathers. The common denominator is a father who's proactive in that kid's life. And I'm not knocking nobody because mamas, I get it. So please forgive me because it's something that you can't control, or, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, the kids who are doing what they're supposed to be doing shouldn't be penalized or degraded or made feel bad because they're good at something. The world is just so messed up. Man, when I go to other states and hear kids, man, parents be cheering these kids on and for being great athletes. That's the future. But when you come to Arkansas, like even I even think about middle school basketball. And I hate to keep picking on Arkansas, but this is where I'm at, and this is what I see. When I be in middle school basketball, man, these kids be doubling and walking and all these good things. And when they hit the shot off 3 missed calls, we be cheering it on. No, that is not what's supposed to happen. And all that plays in a factor of why these parents do the things they do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, there is no excuse for parents feeling comfortable disrespecting kids. Like, this is just a totally different era. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, and you wonder why all these videotapes be dropping of people pulling that iron out on people, slapping them or whatever it may be, because people don't play about their kids. Man, that's why when it comes to rec ball, I don't never brag. I don't brag about nothing that I accomplish in rec ball and none of that, because at the end of the day, man, I feel like this is what my kids are supposed to be doing because all the blood, sweat, and tears that we didn't put into this. You know what I'm saying? Even my AAU team, we took one break in 365 days, and that was maybe a couple of weeks. But I think about my 5th grade team that I'm coaching. You can see the skill gap in the rec league between them and the other teams, like even just everything. And it's like, but I don't brag about that because this is what we supposed to be doing. And I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, we're gonna win a chip. I don't know. I'm humble about that because I'm not gonna lie to you. Where I'm at in life now, man, I'm just focused on my boys getting better. So, but what I am gonna say is, I don't knock no kid for being great. Hey man, salute to you, young man. If you're better than my child, I'm not gonna hate on you. I'm gonna congratulate you, man. I don't get it, bro. And it's sad that we are so disrespectful. Like, man, y'all are killing the basketball culture of what's left of it. It's to the point where referees don't like dealing with y'all. It's like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even think I want to coach rec league next year because, man, people just can't be happy for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you beat that kid and watch them get frustrated. Like, it's like, I remember a game where my kids was pressing some kids who couldn't dribble. Man, them parents was on my back. You're a horrible coach and y'all are fouling. No, we're not. Your kids is giving us the ball. What I'm supposed to do, sit back and pretend that they can't dribble and give them the opportunity to do whatever. That's not how life works, parents. Instead of you talking to me, that energy that you got at hollering at me and hollering at other coaches, use that same energy and get out there and work with your child. Like, straight up. Like, it's ridiculous that people have to feel bad or dumb themselves down to be around people because we are insecure or we are intimidated by greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a question now why so many real basketball players from Arkansas leave or go to different school because, man, the culture here is pitiful. I've never seen so many grown people, 30, 40 plus, who can sit up in the crowd and talk bad about fourth and fifth graders, man. And like I said, I'm all over the place with it, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there's never should be a point to where people should just be to the point where they hate. Man, I promise to God, if you ever watch me coach, I coach hard and I talk crazy. But when I see another kid who score and I know that he's giving his all, I clap for the opposite team. There's no hate. That's what's up, bro. Because I know what it takes to be good at this game. I used to be hard in basketball. I just used to have behavior problems that prevented me from doing anything. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, man, you parents are very disrespectful. A lot of y'all kids will probably never make it nowhere because of you. Parents, you need to check yourself. Get out there and work with your own child. But don't make my child feel bad because his daddy cared enough to invest in time in him. You get what I'm saying? Hey, if you got to work 12, 14 hours or whatever you're doing, I get it. But at the same time, you need to be more realistic about where your child is at. And you need to understand that everybody ain't waiting for your child to be good. I ain't holding mine back because yours is. If your son can't dribble, my son know to take the ball from you. If your kid is shorter and he got a slow shot, my son know to stand there with his hands up and send it to the other side of the basketball court. And that's just what it is. If your team can't dribble, my team gonna press you and take the ball out you. Man, we have to stop feeling like people are entitled. I mean, we got to start feeling like that our kids are gonna hold back just to make your kids feel comfortable. Take them off the court. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop signing these kids up and putting them in that position. Like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, man, rec ball is getting to the point to, I mean, AAU ball in Arkansas too, but the rec ball is even worse because it's like, you know, people are just signing up their kids, you know what I'm saying? Because it was something to do through the school or whatever. You know, the little school league, the little junior school league. But man, at the end of the day, don't make me feel bad because I put in the work. So when people feel like, oh, Coach E, he only good because he got such and such, such. Well, 2 of my sons and 2 of them on my AAU team, and we've been going hard for a whole year. I put that work in, so yeah, that is a reason why I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You ain't got to hate on me. You get what I'm saying? But it ain't just me. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. But the disrespect is real, man. Like, just be happy for these kids. Nobody's going to college tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, man, it doesn't matter. Leagues. We got to get rid of this behind the 3-point rule. This plays a part into the mindsets and this misperception of basketball being one of those sports where we got to create this equal atmosphere. No. Cool. We'll pull them back on the press, and if we up 20, that's cool. I get that. Like, hey, even as a coach, you know what I'm saying? I indirectly, I know better than that. But making kids sit behind the 3-point line and just letting my kids sit there as ducks, or other coaches' kids sit there as ducks, and your kids can literally sit there and make face and just shoot a 3. Man, you teaching them the wrong values or habits or mindsets, whatever it is you want to call it. You teaching the wrong thing. You sending them the wrong notice. Man, reality check. If these kids want to be better, you have to put them in a position to where they can be better and figure it out. But making people sit behind the 3-point line and just taking the fun and the competitiveness out the game, that's horse boo-boo, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, all these things just be tripping me out about what creates this toxic environment in basketball. And it's like, it even go beyond that. We sitting there standing behind the 3 and you been crying all day about your son not being able to do this. Then when we can't play defense and he hit a 3, you want to cheer him on. Stop that. There's nothing to cheer about. These kids sitting here shooting these open shots and they finally hit one 30 shots later. No, that's not realistic. Parents, chill out, because I'm sick of it, man. But the disrespect and the hating is just at an all-time high, man. Like, I've never seen parents with so much jealousy of kids just because other people's parents panned out, you know what I'm saying, at the current moment, a little better than them at a particular sport or skill-wise. Not in life, but a particular sport and might be more advanced at a skill set. But the true question is, where are you going to channel this energy and what are you going to do about it? Because the ball is in your court. Because like I said, when it comes to my kids, they have to do something. So if your philosophy is oh, I'm not going to force them to do this and I'm just letting them make them decision, and then when they come to the court and when it's time to play a game, they don't have the certain skills, the certain IQ, the certain competitive drive, then that's on you. So what are you hollering for? I used to holler at my kids, so I realized that, hey, all this started with me. You have to understand, people, we are not in the same era. We're not in the same world time. Back then, your parents didn't have to do too much because one of the requirements of going outside and playing with the popular kid or being in the crowd was playing sports every day. You were naturally taught to how to compete, how to play, how to you was developing IQ, you was developing, you know what I'm saying, just that dog on a natural level. That does not exist anymore. So parents, you're gonna have to step in and find a way to simulate that and compensate for the lack of. And my best solution is every day when you get off work or whatever you're doing, hey man, we're going outside and doing such and such. Or while you at work, hey, YouTube such and such for an hour and watch this, and when I get home, give me a detailed breakdown. Or, you know, everybody got Ring cameras now. If you can't do it, hey man, I'm on that camera. I need to watch you out there dribbling that ball. Whatever you need to do it. But just coming at a game and hollering and hoping that David Copperfield is gonna come out the sky and turn him into a basketball player all of a sudden, that doesn't help anybody. Which I understand that frustration leads to the hating, the negative comments, that you tearing down these babies. And that's crazy to me, man. I don't even tear down high school kids. I'll give you my constructive criticism, but at the same time, if they hard, they hard. It's just certain things that, you know what I'm saying, you just can't, as a real person, you can't sit up here and deny. Don't, you know, you can speak on flaws, but you can't hate that, hey man, the boy still a D1 type player, Power 5, you get, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But parents, all this toxicness and just all this hating, this got to stop, man. Like, people really need to start calling y'all out. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you feel like you got this figured out, start coaching. And that's another thing, man. When it comes to reffing and parents, y'all get mad. Your kid's down 30 and you talking about the refs cheating. No. That's crazy. Like, y'all find every reason except what the reason is to instead of being accountable on what you did and didn't do and hold yourself accountable, that you rather blame it on the refs. Man, what could the refs have done differently? Man, on the cool last Saturday, I knew the ref, but he laughed and said, man, your son out here killing him. I ain't finna give dude no foul. And I had to respect it because it was funny. It's rec ball. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, hey, man. So it's like, man, at the end of the day, A lot of times, ref penalizes the better teams so they can help y'all out. So all I'm saying is, man, parents, y'all have to just understand, like, man, if you don't get this and you're not gonna put in the work, stop signing your kids up because y'all are too sensitive, man. And it's killing the culture here because it's barely a culture here. You know what I'm saying? Lack of resources, lack of gyms that's available. It's just a lot of things, man. But parents, this one's for you, man. Just the hating and just all that, man. Like, if you're not gonna take the time to develop your kid, don't develop this mindset. You get what I'm saying? Like, be realistic. If your son's sorry, he's sorry. If he's mediocre, he's mediocre. If he's good, he's good. If he's great, he's great. But one thing I know for sure, what you did and didn't do with your child and what he did and didn't do with practicing is going to show up on game day. And what I'm trying to tell you is, if your child is good and he's just having a bad game, that's different. By all means, get on his butt. But if your child out there doubling, tucking the ball in and scared and all this, man, you better not say nothing. That's not a bad day. That's just a child who hasn't been developed. And if you think I'm going to hold my kids back because your kids can't dribble, or I'm going to tell my son or my kid or my basketball players, you know, my little nephews, I call them, if you think I'm going to hold them back and keep them off you, then you're sadly mistaken. So whenever you see our name on the schedule, whether it's Oakbrook or TTA or whatever it is, just please believe that we're gonna press. We're gonna just do whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna coach accordingly. There you go. We're gonna coach accordingly. We're not here to make you feel comfortable. You get what I'm saying? My kids here to get better. And if every time I see kids who can't dribble, I got to take it sorry for them, and a lot of times it's going to be every game, then my kid, I'm going to be failing my kids. So parents, accountability. And also start really sit down and having a come to Jesus meeting about being realistic about where your kids is at, because this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, another thing, all that pitiful cheering for pitifulness, that's not good for basketball. Man, I promise you. At some point, we have to understand that, hey, yeah, you got by, but we ain't finna set the crowd on fire because you doubled 5 times and you in the 8th, 9th grade and you scored. The referee should have called walk. That's not realistic. And even if you do cheer, pull your child to the side and say, hey, man, we got to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're in the 4th to 5th grade, because it's a lot of states right now where you got 4th to 5th graders who playing like 6th and 7th graders. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, this your favorite coach, Koach Edwin. And, man, remember, if you a hater, stay at home. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, our job is to encourage these kids. Hey, I'll never knock no other child. I could screenshot any text message. It was games where wasn't nobody on them teams good, but I never said nothing negative. There was games where there was teams that had 2 or 3 kids who were just some of the best kids I done seen play basketball, and they scorched us. But guess what? Never said nothing negative. On the cool, I embrace a lot of them kids to this day. And when we walk through the line, I shake the hands of the kids who do all right, and then I grab the head or hug the kids. I'm like, hey, boy, you got me this game, good game. Because that's what it's about. Man, listen. AAU basketball and rec, but ain't nobody job on the line. Now, if you a college coach and this kid giving you a hard time and you know, every year he winning a conference title on you and he stopping you from you know, succeeding and striving in life, yeah, then cool, have an attitude. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, I have no hatred for no kids, man. Shout out to all the kids who hooping. If you be Koach E Team TTA, hey, man, salute. Because I really need more of y'all so my kids can be prepared for it. But the problem is we play so many teams with kids who aren't hooping that when we do play kids who got hoopers, it might take a quarter to adjust. And then you probably won't play them for another 2-3 months. So you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things, man. But shout out to everybody. But parents, please stop hating. And before you hate on somebody, sit back and just reevaluate where you're lacking at as a parent when it comes to being a sports parent. A sports parent. We ain't making this personal about who's the better daddy, the better mama. A sports parent. Before you sign your kid up, ask yourself, There's gonna be some team that's gonna expose my kid and B, and can I handle it? Because I'm telling y'all, the wrong people gonna hear this and they gonna put them hands on you. You get what I'm saying? So all I'll tell you, man, stop the hating, stop the toxicness. You know what I'm saying? Stop just the disrespect to kids, bro. That's crazy. Like, y'all always gotta find a reason for why y'all lost. And you use that fuel and fire for hating. So anyway, man, holla at your boy Koach E. Yes, sir.